Hey guys! It's the invasion of body snatchers. That's why you see this person here instead of Ashley. Ashley couldn't be with us today, you guys. So actually I fired her. I'm lying. Okay, Ashley couldn't be with us today, guys. So I have the lovely Sierra from Maverick 904 with us. Media Maverick 904. Sorry, I would say her name wrong. Who usually holding us down in the background, but she's gonna be on the couch with me today.
Here I is. I thought
she talks, guys. She talks. You normally hear her voice in the background getting us straight, but today she's gonna represent for Ashley because that's what we do. We're a team. We hold each other's down. So introduce yourself, ma'am.
My name is Sierra Bond. Sorry, I got candy cane.
She fired off. She in here chewing candy.
My name is Sierra Bond. I am the owner of Maverick Media, where we help small businesses boost their social media presence online by consulting you guys for photography services, videography services, social media content creation, all of that jazz. We're all in one. And yes, y'all check me out.
Yes. You know, normally she have our stuff, our train moving. But today we have another member of our team holding us down in the background, Antoinette from Avon Adventures, who is also a boudoir photographer, an amazing boudoir photographer. And this is her first time, at the helm. So you guys, give her a round of applause in the background at your house, because, we're going to do her thing.
Yeah, I'm so happy. Like, Antoinette has always been a part of the team. So it's actually cool to kind of teach her the production side of things. Like, she knows lighting and things. So teaching her how to operate and bring those slides up, bring them comments, how to start the roll and things. So I actually love doing that. That's what Maverick Media does, y'all.
I'm excited because my team is growing. And the production is growing, and just wait, you guys. We're gonna have multiple angles going soon. We're gonna have a whole thing because y'all know we got this dope studio in the background, and you can't see everything. And I want y'all to be able to see everything because it's so lovely and it's so nice. But it's okay. Y'all see enough, But it's all good. We got Antoinette, we got Sierra, and we gonna keep it going. This episode, week before last, we told you guys that we were going to talk about, I think it was lies. But since Ashley is not here, we're going to wait on that subject, and we're going to move that to next week. We thought it was a good idea this week to talk about, New Year. Since it's the new year, it's 2024, and God, 2023 was such a disaster. I mean, I haven't heard anybody say that 2023 was good. Like, have you heard anybody say 2023 was good?
It's been nothing but bad reviews.
I understand. 2023 yes, I'm giving 2023 a thumbs down. Okay, I haven't heard not one person say 2023 was good.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're still here. For those of us that are still here, we are going to continue to live and be happy for those who are not. Mm-hmm. We're going to live our lives for those who are not. And as long as we're still breathing, we have the opportunity to make it a better year. Because, I don't even want to think about that year. So I thought it'd be a good idea today. I know a lot of times we talk about New Year's resolutions and what we're going to do. And we all know that be bullshit. Mm-hmm. All of those New Year's resolutions is just be bullshit. Yeah. So instead of us trying to talk about New Year's resolution, because that puts a deadline on it.
I don't work well with deadlines. That's why I left corporate.
and it makes you feel kind of inadequate when you don't meet that deadline, when you don't fulfill it. Yeah,
I don't want to disappoint myself, or if I even put that out there and disappoint others to judge me. I don't need your judgment. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah, because y'all make that working out resolution every year. Then you take your ass to the gym with the people who are there all the time, clogging up the machines, taking up all the machine space from the people who are always at the gym. And then you disappear in March, if you make it to March.
That was me like a decade ago. I ain't gonna even hold you. Like, you know what? The pandemic is what really got me to stop because I was paying for a membership for 2 years and never went.
Oh,
and they didn't want to refund me. I had to pay. It was something. Sorry.
Don't set yourself up for that. So instead of us talking about New Year's resolution, let's talk about goals. Let's talk about setting goals, and let's talk about lifetime goals, and things of that nature. Instead of putting a deadline. Now you should give yourself. I mean, certain goals you should give yourself some kind of pace by which to attain those goals. But don't set yourself up for failure. You don't have to don't do that to yourself. You got a boss and whoever else to do stuff like that for it. Dude, let's talk about goals and meeting those things instead of New Year's resolutions.
Yeah, one thing I'm about is giving myself grace. Mm-hmm. And I like to preach that. Since I learned grace, I like to preach it to everybody else too, is to give myself grace. I'm not a gym person. It actually intimidates me seeing all of those machines because I don't know what to do, where to start, or any of it. Mm-hmm. So it's not for me. I like to just move. I'm an outdoorsy kind of girl. I want to breathe fresh air, take a walk or something. But I just want to be healthy, and I said, give myself grace. Actually, one of my sisters, y'all know her, Charlie, Jeannie's Healing, she opted for me to do, just start out with a walk a week.
Right.
I can do that, walk outside once a week. I mean, it's been cold, so we're going to start on week 2 of January. But yeah, next week in here, I'm gonna be outside walking, y'all. But once a day.
And that's what I tell people, even when, because I lost a lot of weight, right? I lost 70 pounds some years ago, and every time somebody wants to or ask me about what my meal plan was and what I did, I always tell them, don't set yourself up for failure. A lot of people will start these diets or try to go straight from eating meat to vegan. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you have to do things in stages sometimes so that you're not setting yourself up for failure. Instead of if you want to stop eating meat, instead of just stopping all the meats at one time, maybe try one meat at a time. Yeah. If you want to, I had to change my diet completely. I had to change in order to overhaul my health completely, I had to change everything completely. My personality is a very stop and change person. You have to know who you are as a person. I can't do things in stages because I'm obsessive compulsive. Mm-hmm. So there's no stages for me. I gotta either do it or don't. But if that's not your personality, then try to do things in stages and set your goal at each stage versus trying to just take everything away from you at one time. Everything in moderation, because you're still affecting your health. Yeah. You're still changing it. Yeah. So, and that applies to everything. Don't just try to instantly go from you did this every day or often to just not doing it at all, because you're just gonna set yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I ain't a cold turkey kind of lady. We ain't meat off. Instead of getting the bacon and the links, I'm gonna just stop getting links. I'm gonna just get bacon, and then one day I'll stop getting bacon. But we'll see.
And that's okay. And again, because you're setting yourself up for success versus setting yourself up for failure. Right. And nobody else is monitoring you. You're doing this is for you. And that also goes into, because everything we do here is about confidence. Mm-hmm. So that also goes into your confidence level, because a lot of times we set those things up because we're worried about how other people are going to perceive whether we achieve it or not. And if you take that part out of it and set your own plan how you need to without having anybody else judge what the outcome, it'll lead to more success.
And one thing I do, everything is in private, so you won't even know. That's how you see me. I'm just different.
Right. Or even if you are a public person, just still make sure that you're the things that you are. Like I post a lot, right? That's on social media. I post a lot, but to an outside person, it might look like you know me.
No.
But you don't. You know what I mean? But I give you enough for where you can at least know that when you meet me, you're meeting that person that's online. So I am still giving you who I am, but I'm not telling you my business.
Yeah, ain't no fake or fraud. All real. What you see is what you get, and it'll be more once you know her too.
Right. So it really is about setting yourself up to in the confidence world, because again, I like to frame everything around that. When it comes to your goals and your aspirations and the things that you let people see versus the things that you don't, all of that plays a part to you setting up what your goals are. But it also, it kind of starts with you stepping back, going, okay, what do I really want? What do I really want to accomplish? Not what do I want to accomplish according to what maybe society thinks I should accomplish, or my mom think I should accomplish, or you know what I'm saying, or my man thinks that I should accomplish. But step back and decide, not for the new year. I'm not gonna call it New Year's. I'm gonna call it New You. Let's call it new you.
I ain't with that new you, because I'm gonna be the same me I was December 31st.
Well, yeah, but I mean new you like with additions, because for me it's still I'm still new.
I feel like now I'm at level 34 because I just had a birthday, so I'm at a new level, and so I want new things and new accomplishment and new goals and things like that. And I just, that new year, new me, I hate that crap. I ain't gonna say hate, that's a strong word. I highly dislike new year, new me, because you're gonna get the same me that was at 12:59 that night. I'm telling you, don't try me, because I ain't gonna spare you. So yeah, new year, it's just an upgraded me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm different only because I'm different. I'm not the same, not New Year, because again, that New Year thing don't mean nothing. That's just 12 o'clock to the day if it's the same. But I'm not the same at 49 that I was at 45.
Right.
So that's what I mean. Like for me, I'm different. Like I wake up sometimes and I'm like, when did this happen? Like I've had some drastic changes in how I think. I've had drastic changes in how I move. And I don't even know when it happened.
That's evolving.
Yes.
We just boop, 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 boop.
Yes. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. So instead of, like really, really set, whatever you want to call it, instead of setting it up like year to year, putting that type of pressure on yourself, set it up to where it's a thing that is changing or upgrading or growing according to who you are,
right,
and your and what you really want, and try to take out all of the elements that don't contribute to that, because we're so programmed to want things according to society or according to the things that are around us, even when it comes to stuff like weight loss. You know what I mean? I mean, how many people actually look at themselves and are comfortable with what they see based off their own eyes and not with other people tell you should look like? You know what I mean? The skinny thing has always been the thing. Now it's the thick thing, or it's the big butt thing, or whatever. But how many times have you really, really looked and said, what do I really want to look like? What is my aesthetic to me? What would actually make me happy on my body? You know what I mean? Because we all had the image when we were younger of flat stomach, or you know what I'm saying, or certain thigh size, or whatever. But what do you really, really want to look like? What looks good on you, weight wise, size wise? You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like?
I think a lot of things with that contribute. A lot of things contribute to that. For one is, I would say first is maybe the people around you. I can personally, me growing up, I can say I had strong figures in my life that gave me affirmations and compliment me to let me know how I am. It's good. It's beautiful. And I guess I grew up with a confidence thanks to the people that love me. I don't see nothing wrong with my confidence. I wish and hope everyone else had as much confidence as I am, even with my flaws. I don't care. I love them because it's a part of me. My flaws came with growth and in that involvement. And so I can say it starts with the people that are around you, whether it's family or friends, because you don't want a hating friend that y'all talked about last week that's giving, sideways comments about you look good, but you look good if, no. So it definitely starts with the people around you that's feeding into you, which could give you a boost of confidence. And then of course, stop being distracted by what people put online, because they choose to put that line online. They don't put their real stuff or what's really going on, like the things you got going on, how oh, I ain't get food stamps, but I'm still paying $100 on a little bit of groceries. They're not talking about that. They're not talking about how they couldn't pay JEA or how JSO put. They're not telling you the real things that real people go through. So honestly, that is for the fake. They show you what they want you to see. And if you really tap in and get to know you, then you'll really know what it is that you really love and maybe the things that you really actually like to wear. You don't have to be what everybody else is wearing. Just do you.
Yeah.
Boo.
I don't care. I listen, I go upstairs in my closet right before it's time to go somewhere, and that's how I pick my outfit.
That's me. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, let me tell you. I dress for is it like 3 things? First is comfort, the weather, and the occasion. That's it. Comfort gonna come first.
Look, I had a conversation with somebody recently because I like colors, right? So I like mixing colors. I'm not like a normal color scheme person. I will pick colors that routinely not supposed to go together.
That's a vibe.
And put them together. Like so, and the funny part about it is, I remember when I was younger. If I would have did something like that younger, I would have got, which I dressed, I'm gonna call it odd when I was younger. And I'm only calling odd because we tend to have some sense of normality, which there is no sense of normality. But again, in society, we like to act like it is. But back then, I would have got checked for it. Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff that I wear now. And the difference is, I will walk outside with 3 colors that are totally opposite colors. But it's because of how I walk, how I wear them. I get looks like, oh, that look, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times it has nothing to do with whether the colors go together or not. It has everything to do with the person wearing them.
You own that.
It has everything to do with how you walk in it. It has everything to do with you holding your head up when you walk. All of those things. Confidence will overhaul your entire person. It will overhaul your entire person. When you walk around like you don't give 2 shits about nobody else and what they think, that shit just makes you you just look gorgeous.
Yeah.
You look gorgeous to people who normally would have looked at you and been like, why she got that on with that? You know what I mean?
You made a good point without even saying it, is that the clothes you wear is for you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's for you. It's not to please nobody else. You're not dressing for nobody else and none of that. You literally put on things that you feel good, that you like. Mm-hmm. It ain't got to be on trend, because I'm trending it, when I'm in it.
And honestly, I don't be knowing what the trend is, y'all.
I don't keep up.
I don't know what people be wearing no more. I just don't know. But it all starts. So really, I really be wanting people to sit with themselves sometimes and really, really think about what it is that you truly like. Like, how many times have you sat down and really thought about what you truly like? Because of most of the things that we like is programming, and we just don't know it. We've been taught certain things since we were younger, and it's been programmed in us throughout our entire life, and we don't realize that we don't even like that shit.
Right. Sometimes you gotta branch off. You gotta get off the exit of the freeway and make your own lane.
Yes. Most of the shit.
Make your own lane. Get off 95 and make your own lane. Do what things you like to do. Learn the things you like to do. Learn the places you like to go. Do what makes you happy.
And stop giving a fuck about what anybody else think about it. Because guess what? That person is living for that person, and that person is living for that person and that person, and ain't nobody fucking happy.
Yeah.
So set your goals, and as you set them, before you set them, step back and really, really think about what it is that you want, absent everybody else's voice. Just sit and write that shit down. And then you can set goals to get to those things, because it's only your voice in your head. Turn the volume down to everybody else's voice and turn your volume up louder. The moment that you fucking decide to do that, and you're fucking like, I swear, it makes such a difference. It makes problems seem less problemless. I'm not gonna make our words here. Problems seem less problemless. God damn it. That's my word. Okay.
Problems.
But they do. Like, you're gonna always have life shit. I mean, honestly, that's what makes life worth living. I mean, if shit was just good all the time, you wouldn't know what good is if you didn't experience bad.
Oh, most definitely.
If you gotta have it. It's unfortunate, and sometimes it be feeling like it's just all the time, and you be like, God, give me a break. I just need a break. I need a minute. But you need those bads in order to celebrate the good. That's why I tell people, once you get past the bad time and you have and that good thing happen, go hard with that good thing, because the bad gonna come again. Okay. Right. Go hard and celebrate those good things.
Yeah, that's some people, and it's understandable when people go through things and things happen to them. But me, I know you ain't the only one. It should happen every day, B. I'm just saying. But it's just that you don't have to dwell in that. You don't have to live in that bad. You can try to be optimistic. You can actually look at silver linings and then see how you maybe do some work on how you could probably not get back to that bad space and uplift yourself and just level up. Like we said.
But also grieve. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay
when
grieve.
You're going through the bad, cry it out. Shit, cry it.
Yeah, but out, don't stay there.
Don't stay there. But get it out. You ain't gotta prove nothing to nobody. But experience those things and really make the changes in your life that you need to, that's going to make you happy, because it's the time for it. We watch, I mean, I don't know, something happens. y'all know I'm old as hell, right? I look good. I'm old as hell. Okay. But something happens sometimes. I'm gonna say it for me. The older I've gotten is, again, it's been these changes in me that I didn't know was going to happen, because I was so young and carefree when I was younger. And then all of a sudden I started getting older, and I was like, damn, I be going to bed all early and shit. I be, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit be hurting for no reason. You know what I mean? But, you know, but what happens also, well, it's a little different now because we all experienced COVID and we all experienced a lot of death, in recent years. But the older we get, we start seeing more death because we're older, but the people that are older than us are even more older. So it's like it happens. It's like I feel like every other month it's somebody in my family, or it's a friend, family or something, because again, my aunts and uncles or whatever are now in their 60s, 70s, 80s. So this thing happens where you really, really just start you start thinking about it, because it's like, damn, I'm about to be 50. So now my life coming to the end. Like, you start getting those thoughts.
Are you halfway there?
Girl, I tell you, sometimes I wake up in a whole sweat and a whole panic. I'm like, oh my God, I'm old as shit. Like, I ain't got that many years left. Like,
you got plenty. You got plenty years. She got 5 decades left now.
Y'all don't understand.
A couple.
But that's the truth. Like most times, I think of the glass as half full. That's my normal mentality, right? Because really, this is half my life. You know what I mean? But look, when them panics happen when I wake up, I don't be thinking about that shit. I just be like, oh my God. I should be 50. Like, but it really also makes you, and I hate to say this too, but when you experience death too, it makes me appreciate life more.
Oh, most definitely.
It really does, because them people really ain't here no more. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, I already had started my confidence journey, some years back. But it makes it even more pressing for me when I think about how much I, at one point, allowed other people to influence my decisions, or influence my life, or influence. And I'm like, why the fuck was I doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
I forgot y'all curse on here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying not to.
Girl, please.
Wait.
Excuse me, y'all. Battling a little cold all week. But it really made me think about the years that I spent caring about other people's opinions, and how much waste that was.
Yeah.
And it's life that I can't get back. You know what I mean? So now I go hard for what the fuck I want. And what the fuck I need? Because who cares about them damn people?
Mm-hmm.
And why do they care about how I'm living my life? Why? Like, aren't you busy? I am.
No, they really not that invested. So since they not, you go do what you want to do, boo. Just go live your life. Go take that trip. Go meet that person that you wanted to see. Just do what makes you happy. Seriously, it's not worth saying I wish I coulda, because you're gonna be I wish I coulda, and you be dead and gone.
Go. And you know what? Every second, this is the thing that I have to remind myself all the time. Anytime I get to a point where I'm down or I'm going through a little like depression or something like that, I have to pull myself out that shit and really, really remind myself that my moments ain't promised to me. Like at any second, right now, we could be sitting right here and one of us could just go.
Oh,
any fucking second. And every second that you waste being unhappy or listening to somebody else bullshit or dealing with somebody who ain't worth your fucking breath, energy, time, all that shit is a second that you just spit in God's face and said, hey, yeah, I'm gonna be here. So you don't know how long you got. So why are you wasting any of your moments giving a damn about what anybody else think that you should do for you? Why?
It's not worth it. And the most valuable thing that we have is time. Time is the most valuable thing you will ever have in your life. Money cannot ever beat it. Gold will never beat it. Time. So take advantage of it. Spend time with those people that are here. Like she said, we could be dead and gone tomorrow.
Second.
I remind people that you get in your car every day. Every single day. That's a death machine with a bunch of death machines around you.
But won't get on the plane.
Every minute, there's a car accident happening.
No, I'm taking my shot. Excuse me.
You don't hear about airplanes falling out the sky. I mean, of course, yes, something happened in Japan, but they also had an earthquake happen too at the same time. You know, so there's a lot of stuff going on in that situation. But I'm saying, planes don't just run into each other. Planes ain't falling out the sky every day. But what every day is going on is a car accident. Every single day, every morning, your way to commute, on your morning commute, on your evening commute home, your way to the grocery stores, a fender bender, every single time. So just do not waste it. And in those times, like even in a car, take your time, put the phone down, pay attention.
At the concerts too, because y'all, I'm sick of y'all phones being in my face while I'm trying to watch the people sing on stage, okay? Put your phone down, enjoy it, okay? Who in the room? We need to talk to our people today. Yeah. We're here because we just talking shit today, y'all. Ash ain't here. Hey, Ash, we miss you, girl. Mwah.
You know,
so we just talking a little shit today. But for real, I'm saying it's a new year. It is just because it's another year that we're here, not because it's significant as far as goals are concerned. But start making your goals, your life goals. Yeah. And take out them other people's voices out of it. Antoinette, we need to. Do they have any comments?
You have Trina that was preached.
Okay.
Let me see.
Hey Trina, who else here?
Click her. If you hover.
So y'all.
So remove.
Hey Trina. I want you guys to really, really, really focus the upcoming, your upcoming time to really, really looking at your life differently and making sure that you're looking at your life through your own lens. Hey Destiny girl, how you doing? Hey y'all, is that Trina again? And looking at your life through your own lens. And you know the funny part about it is, it seems like I say it and I say it cavalierly. But it's really a hard thing for people to do. You wouldn't think that it would be hard, but it's a hard thing for people to do because, again, we're so programmed. Mm-hmm. We're so programmed to live according to these societal rules that we don't know how to break it. We really don't.
I feel like I was there. I feel like I was in the Matrix at one point in time. And then I found my way out like Leo. So, yeah, I can relate to that.
It's hard. It's hard because in a lot of ways we don't realize that how programmed we are. Yeah. Like you really, I'm gonna say this.
It's learned behavior too.
It is. And listen, I ain't talking about no religious folk. I can talk about what I want. It's my show.
Yeah, show can.
But I had that kind of revelation with religion. Let me tell y'all a brief story. So I was raised in a very, 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 very religious household. I don't know if y'all can tell or not.
She's so secular.
Yeah, no. But I was raised in a very, very, very religious family, period. I have a bunch of preachers and all just everywhere. I'm from the
You
South.
know what? It makes sense. It be them PKs. Y'all know them preacher kids? It's always there.
But I was raised, I'm from Savannah, Georgia. I went to it wasn't a Baptist church, not Holiness, Church of God. Church of God. And and my grandmother was a Sunday school teacher. Mm-hmm. So I was in church on Sundays. We had to sometimes go to church on Wednesdays, and we opened the church and shut the church down, meaning that she was a Sunday school teacher. So we had to be there at like 6 a.m. I don't know what fucking time it was. It was early. And then she had to cook afterwards too. So
I'm about to say, as long as they feeding you, I'm there.
No, man, I can eat at home. I
was eating it. Breakfast at church. I sure was.
Girl, we was there from like early in the morning to like 8 o'clock in the night. I don't want to be in nobody's building that long. And I'm a child. You a kid, right? But anyway, that's my upbringing, right? So, you basically programmed to church.
Yeah.
Everything was church, the Bible. And I'm a question asking child. Okay. I'm a question asking adult. I will get on your nerves, but if I do not understand, you gotta, right? If I don't understand, you gotta make me understand before we move on from the sentence, from the conversation, from the subjects. Okay? That's clear communication. So I used to do this all the time. Hey, who that is? I bet you that Charles. I'm gonna guess. Charles. Is that Charles? I don't know, I'm just guessing. hey, whoever it is, put your name up there so we can know what it is so we can shout you out. So I was always that kid, and they tell you in church, don't ask no questions. Don't ask no questions. I'm sorry. But I didn't in church because I was always scared, and my grandmother was a Sunday school teacher, but I had a lot of questions. But anyway, that was my upbringing. I can tell you all the books of the Bible from beginning to end, right? Here I go off to college. I'm sitting in my college class and I'm reading, and at this particular time, I think it was a theology class. We're reading the book of Job. All right. In the book of Job, there's an actual conversation between God and the devil. That's where I had my breakdown, y'all. That's when the breakdown happened. Okay. So I'm sitting there reading this conversation between God and the devil going, questions, because that's me. Who wrote this down? What they wrote it down with? Because there wasn't no writing utensils back then. I'm breaking all this down, and I literally start crying in class because what was happening, you guys, was my core belief system started breaking down in that moment. In that moment, my whole belief system started breaking down. But what happened more importantly was I started thinking for myself. I started thinking for myself. Do it. Now, I believe in the Creator. What I do not believe in is somebody else telling me how to worship Him, believe in Him, follow Him, talk to Him. That's what I do not believe in. That's where the buck stops. I want to keep trying different ways to express myself creatively and travel. I've never been anywhere except up and down the East Coast. Then, baby, do it.
Yeah, girl, we got a whole West Coast. It's up
do
north.
It.
Girl, yes.
And there's so many ways to travel for the low.
Yes.
Do it.
Girl,
do it.
Just fly. Subscribe to them so they can send you alerts to your email
yes.
about some really low deals.
Do
I'm
it.
gonna go to the West Coast myself for $40-something.
Do it.
But yes, honey.
Don't procrastinate on it. Stop saying what you want to do, that you got to do. Make plans. Because even if you can't do it directly right now, you could go ahead and put a plan in place for 8 months from now. And make a payment plan. But do it. Do it. But yeah, that's what happened. I started thinking for myself in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So and from there, I started believing the way I chose to believe. I started talking to God myself. I didn't have to go to the church with the people. I started, having my personal relationship with the Creator, because ain't nobody else can tell me how to do that. Right. Nobody else can tell me how to do that. You can't tell me how to talk. I talk directly to Him. You can't tell me nothing in that building.
And it's no right or wrong way, honestly. I don't know why like she said, you can't tell me how to talk to someone. You can't, or talk to God. You can't tell me how to pray. You can't tell me how to have so much faith. You can't. I'm going to do that on my own. I'm going to gain my own relationship with Him. And that's just like even with physical human bodies here on earth. You have your own relationship with each person, and each person they have a relationship with is not the same as yours.
Right. And my philosophy will always be, as long as I am not causing harm to another human being, I do what the fuck I want, how I want. And nobody else can determine that. Nobody else can dictate that. Nobody else can put a script to that. It's mine. It's mine. So you guys have to figure out a way to retrain yourself, or recondition yourself, or deprogram yourself with the things that you have been programmed to. Now, if you come to the end of it and you realize that thing is something that you really like, cool. Because at least you came to it after you evaluated yourself with your own brain, how you needed to look at it. Instead of, and break down those walls of the programming that was just down on you for birth. And that goes for whatever. Because I'm sorry, I never made my children go to church. Because I believe that your core value system should be yours. That should be yours. Nobody else should determine that for you. That should be yours. So if they find that on their own, I can expose them to whatever it is that my belief system is, and then let them come to that on their own. Teaching them right or wrong, that's basic. Because I don't give a shit what your religion is, whatever. Right or wrong don't change. No. That don't change. But everything else, as far as your core being, nobody else should determine that for you. And that goes for our children too, because we tend to take our children's rights away, you know. And they're allowed to have personalities and characters too, and they're allowed to develop their own belief system too. We can still teach them right and wrong. We teach them the things that they need to learn, but their core belief system, let them kids establish what that is. You know what I mean? Let them find that, so that they don't feel like, you know, when they do get older, they don't feel like they've been bamboozled. Because that's how I felt when I read that story. I was like, I had a whole meltdown in class. I had to leave. I was like, wait, who's recording this? They ain't had no pens back then. They was chiseling it on the rock.
Yeah, that's what they were still chiseling. Yeah, and they point across.
I was upset. I was upset. You just really got to figure that out on your own, guys. And you got to come up with a good system to do that.
Most definitely. And I think a lot of that could come just stop being so stagnant. Be open to growth and to continuing to learn. You can learn from all kinds of walks of life or aspects. It's not just traditional schooling. I mean, YouTube is out here for free. Premium $12.99. I'm just saying. But it's free. That's a free university right there from a lot of people that are very knowledgeable. I mean, check their credentials in their last videos.
And stop being judgmental about who you learn from. Let me tell y'all some good shit.
But please check their credentials.
Yes, do that. But let me tell you some good shit. If the goddamn devil walked up to me right now and told me some shit that was going to help me, why the fuck wouldn't I listen to him? If it's something that's going to help me. Now, that don't mean that I got to be friends with him. That don't mean that we going to hold hands. But he just told me something that was helpful to me. You can literally learn from a baby. You can learn something from anybody. That don't mean that you have to adapt their principles. That don't mean that you have to like who they are. That don't mean that you got to be kumbaya with them. Stop being judgmental of the people that you can learn from. Of course, the devil is an extreme example.
Yeah, we ain't learning from him. All he want to do is tempt. Even if it sounds good, it's temptation.
But it's still.
But you can learn from infants. Children are very smart, and what else about children? They're just they don't judge. I mean, some do. Mine do.
I don't learn from anybody. I don't learn from somebody I don't like.
But they're innocent. Children are innocent, and
sometimes.
It does. Yes. So some children, it do come from an innocent place, but there, like she said, it's plenty of avenues and plenty of persons and people and other, even AI right now, you can learn from it.
Yeah, don't you got to check. You got to check that judgment. You know what I mean? I used to be a stripper. Do you know how many people?
Did you know?
I used to be a stripper.
Did you know?
And I had long dreadlocks during a time when it was not popular. Okay, a lot of y'all used to be looking at me crazy. That's walking around with them in your head now. Okay, but it's okay. And people's prejudgment of me was ridiculous. Like it was, it was
it's
so ridiculous.
It's funny you say that because no lie. I ain't gonna put her out there, but she know who she is. She ain't even on Facebook. She old. She used to be very judgmental of people with dreads, and she used to call it dreads instead of just locks and things. That she used to say they stink and they smell like patchouli, like mushroom. Just it's all these It used to be so many stereotypes with people with locks, and
it's ridiculous. Any prejudgment that you give to a person without knowing them is idiotic. I'm sorry. If you see a person and you make any judgments about their character or anything and you don't know them, it makes no sense.
You don't know you're them. Projecting.
You don't know.
You're projecting. It's okay because I'm cool
Very
with
true.
it, and you're not
learning. I enjoy learning. I think it's more emotional than anything. It is like it is, and you got to stop. You got to just understand that you have to be open to because other people's experiences are sometimes not yours.
Yeah.
So even if you learn something that you don't want, you still learn something.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was my example with the devil. He might tell me something that I'm like, okay, well I know I ain't fucking with that because you said it. I still learned something. You know what I mean? Like you got to open your mind and be okay with gathering information that's going to be helpful to your life. And you got to make sure that you're not prejudging where the information comes from. Mm-hmm. Because we got that judgment thing, and it's rampant on social media, honey. Y'all be getting on my nerves. I can't. That picture that's going around right now, Tiny.
You posted something about a lady getting judged. I was scrolling
it's
up.
Tiny.
So.
It's that
Tiny.
Tiny. That's T.I. was talking to Tiny on I guess FaceTime or one of those things. Mm-hmm. And it glanced her face during a time where she probably was walking around her house being regular. And, people have taken that picture and have done all kind of memes and just talking about what she looked like. And it's just disturbing. It makes my stomach hurt. You know what I mean? How cruel that people can be. And it's funny because people who would label themselves as good people are the people that are spreading it and doing it. And they think that that's different from, I don't know, being in somebody's face talking about them. And it's not. You're still taking a human being's picture. That she is a person. It don't matter that she's a celebrity because we tend to fake ourselves into believing that celebrities are different. They people.
No, they definitely people. They're so regular. They just regular. They just got more in the bank account. That's it. I promise.
And that's only sometimes.
And it's sometimes because a lot of them ain't got the money.
Y'all just think because they got all this exposure.
They just popular.
But it's not. It's cool. It's cool. Like it's and it just makes me so aggravated that you guys get to a point where you just can do that to a person, and then you just make it okay. It's not okay.
She probably laughing in her 1 out of 5 mansions at y'all for real. Like
it's
y'all so.
I wouldn't be laughing. That picture,
man.
girl. That picture has gone. and it look like she might have a little. Sometimes we need to shave, right?
I got my first wax yesterday. Thank you, Anissa.
Girl, they have done some. It's horrible. I hate seeing it because the memes are just out of control. Even if I wouldn't care how much money I had, if I saw that, it would hurt me.
Girl, she's gonna get on her private jet to some island and Anguilla or something and tune y'all out. Something that y'all need to do. Y'all need to stop being so stupid and wasting y'all time on the internet. She really don't care. I promise you, she don't care too much.
I care. I ain't gonna lie. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Maybe I gotta see it.
It's horrible, girl. If you see this, man, it's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
Oh, Antoinette said it's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. Like y'all, it's bad. Yeah. Y'all gotta stop, man. For real. It's you. I won't just say you're not a good person, but I'm a very black and white person when it comes to good and not good, and maybe I should be a little gray, but I'm not gray when it comes to human civility. I'm not, and I don't have a gray area when it comes to decency. And there's nothing about me. I don't care. You can search far and wide on my Facebook feed. I've been on Facebook since 2008. Now, I don't know what kind of activity I did in 2008, but the person I am ain't never been a person
in 2008. I was wild.
I have never been a person to tease other people to like that. To take a picture of somebody and then post it online for people to make fun of. I've always hated bullies. I'm just not that person. So it doesn't make you a good person if you do it to somebody that you don't know. That's actually kind of worse because they're not to you.
Well, Destiny said, I don't think she cared at first, but she had plastic surgery recently. So I think all the years added up. What? Oh, the plastic surgery or the age? What's adding up?
The age.
What is adding up?
But you know the funny part is they caught her at a split-second moment that any of us could have had. Cause it's something, honey. Sometimes you might get a picture of me sometimes, and I look real crazy sometimes. When you just wake up in the morning, or when you walk around your house, or when you do got all the hair. Because listen, hair grows on all of our face, most of our face women. We know.
I got one little strip that Anissa got for me yesterday.
Girl, listen, I will take your one, honey, because if I do not wax under here, you're going to have like a whole beard situation going on. And that's been going on for a long time.
See, in my mind, that's what was happening. Girl, she laughed at me because it was just one.
Girl, when I tell you a whole situation, I got my own, the wax kit.
Yeah,
I got a whole hookup. I had to get it through COVID. Mm-hmm. I wasn't about to walk around looking like that. Listen, if we all over here, but we all have vulnerable moments. Yeah. So the fact that we just talk so
they horribly about each other.
One talking to her husband. 1 second.
I'm sorry.
Her husband, because most of y'all probably ain't got no dude.
Okay, all the years of people picking at her looks.
Because that's been going on. Let's be real. They've been talking about Chinese since she was on nose. It's always something.
Well, honestly, I ain't got too much sympathy for her these days. I ain't had too much sympathy for her back then, honestly. From knowing what I know.
I don't know her.
They should be in jail, y'all.
Yeah, but I don't know her. Is that true? Do we know
that? Ain't the first.
That don't make it true.
Okay.
You know
that's true, but I'm just saying everybody ain't lying.
The internet goes wild.
Everybody ain't lying. Everybody ain't lying.
It's enough money, girl. But
that's what it is. They've been doing it.
That's not even because somebody else brought that point under my post, and my point wasn't even about what I think her character is. It was the fact that everybody is passing this picture around and talking about her looks. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Everybody is talking about her looks as if none of us got moments that we don't look crazy.
I ain't gonna. She. I'm sorry, y'all. I am not Ashley. But that lady that had more moments. She looked good when she was with Escape. Fresh face, young, vibrant. She went under the knife too much for me, and that's when she good in the group.
But what looks good, good and not good is subjective.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like
T.I. kind of like it, unless somebody else involved.
That's what I'm saying. So my face might be beautiful to one person, but to another person, I'm ugly as hell. You know what I mean? So it's subjective. That's why we should not just be talking about each other looks like that. Because shit.
But you just said the census said.
Well, everybody ain't agreeing. I don't agree, and there's a lot of people that's under my post that don't like it.
No, I gotta talk mess. Like I said, I am not Ashley.
Not about looks on the continent show.
Oh, see, learn me.
Everybody is beautiful.
Yeah, y'all are beautiful
to somebody. Okay,
somebody like you.
As long as you think you beautiful. That is all that matters. That is the message.
Somebody like it.
Of Mistress Brain, okay? And you know what? That's a good example. You gotta build up your sucker because somebody gonna talk about you, and you gotta ignore them.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. And you gotta ignore them.
Exactly. One thing, y'all. I don't care. I don't know. I don't get too much hate, but the hate that I do get, I don't care. I don't see it. It don't even faze me, honestly, at all, because I know who the fuck I am.
And that's what's important. You got to get to a point where you know who you are, and you love it, and you beautiful to you. And because again, I be looking crazy sometimes.
And you're gonna be mad when I keep flaunting all of this and you don't like it. Stay mad. I'm gonna still do this.
And because you got to, because we're getting to a horrible place. Social media has the existence of social media, because I hate when people blame social media like social media
it's
is
different
just
sides
an
to it.
thing. It's people on social media.
Yeah.
It ain't social media ain't doing it by itself.
No.
It's people on social media. You have got to build up a fortress of self-love in order to get to deal with all this judgmental hate, because people are self-hating like a because see, I call it self-hate. Anytime that you sit and you talk shit about other people, you're self-hating.
Right.
Period. I don't care. You self-hating, because why do you have that much vitriol for somebody else?
Yeah.
That means you trying not to focus on you. Mm-hmm. And you gotta put an armor of resistance and self-love around you, because people are fucking it's rampant now. The judgment is rampant. I can't even read comments. This shit, it makes my heart. I'm too sentimental, because it makes me mad. It makes me hurt. It makes me to see just how cruel and ugly people are.
You should reach out to her.
Ooh, time?
Yeah, why not? Why the fuck not?
I'm gonna say, hey girl.
I mean, tell her how you feel. She could appreciate it.
I will. I'm gonna leave her a message or a comment. Because it's so horrible. Not even just her. Just it's just so horrible. We just so comfortable being cruel. And it's just.
And that's what I'm saying. The reason I say that is because of what you're saying. It's so many people out there putting out so much hate, but you could be one of those few that's pouring out love.
And that is the point of Puff Mistress Presents, actually. That is why this company exists, because we believe that we can match, exactly build a community of people to match all of the hatred that's going on social media, because depression is at an all-time high.
Just outweigh
it, yes. But so depression is at an all-time high. Anxiety is at an all-time high. I have not heard the word anxiety so much in my life as in recent years. High blood pressure, you know what I'm saying? All of these conditions, and in younger people.
Yes.
Because we all are existing on social media together. We didn't have access to each other like this before. Mm-mm. Now we got access to people that we didn't even realize we would ever see. And instead of using that as a beautiful moment to connect, now a lot of us do, but in general, the most of the stuff that I see online is negative, and that's unfortunate.
We're gonna have to change your feed, because I've been removing people since 2023.
Yeah, I do.
And my feed consists of nothing but what I'm into, honestly. And what I'm into right now is just being an entrepreneur and surrounding myself with other people that are likes like that. And that's why I use my social entrepreneurs group to share other people's businesses and just share positive things that's going on and what other people can include themselves into as well. And that's what I say. I don't even post that much, but what I will do is at least once a day get on there to share other people's businesses and again, like I said, what they got going on and how you can be involved too.
Unfortunately, I got almost 7,000 people, and y'all be working my nerves. Because it's like y'all just be, because for me, even the people that, even when it doesn't seem negative, is negative to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like some of the things that get reshared. Now if I see like a fight or some shit like that, I will unfriend or whatever. But it's just hard when you have that many people, because I made the mistake when I first started on social media. I was just accepting everybody. My best friend told me that years ago. She's like, girl, you better stop friending everybody. I was like, I don't care. Yeah. That's what it's for. It's supposed to be fun. That's what I didn't realize he was going to turn into what it's turned into. Like, y'all be tripping. Like,
yeah, the weirdos be in amongst that.
Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. It's horrible. But y'all gotta figure out a way to just love on yourself enough to where that shit don't matter. And it's hard not to.
Right. You love on yourself so much that all you have to give is love. You ain't even got no hate in you to give. You can even spew it if you wanted to.
I don't shit. What are y'all doing for the give me a goal that you guys want to set for yourself.
Yeah, how are y'all gonna here? What's the plan for y'all to evolve this year and to be the better you? Not be the best person, but the best you've been in your life.
This is one goal. My goal is to, I posted it today. One thing that I'm going to work on for me, a self-improvement thing I'm going to work on, is I can be very passive aggressive.
I never thought about that.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm thinking.
Well, I don't think I've ever done it.
No, not with me.
But somebody lets me, I might not let them know that they have upset me at that moment. Like I'll let time go by. But while time is going by, I'm giving them passive aggressive because I'm really upset. And instead of me confronting them, I don't like confrontation. Yeah. And that's something I'm working on. And because it's not confrontation when you're letting somebody know that they have upset you. And I have to reformat my brain for it not to be, it's not confrontational. It's me saying, hey, you did X and I need to make you aware of that. But I don't do that. I'll let the time go.
This is the boundary and don't step over
it. Right. It's not really fair to be passive aggressive with people when they don't even know, which I feel like you should know what the fuck you did. But when they don't know that they have specifically upset you. So that's a self-improvement thing that I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on not being so passive aggressive and to address the situation at that time.
I can say for me personally, and I kind of started it in December because that's when I had, I guess, became aware of what I was doing to myself, was sometimes standing in my own way. And it was like, I took it hard, honestly, because I went a week without replying to emails for whatever reason. And almost, and I didn't even think about this till you made this term, but I'm gonna try not to run this term into the ground, but the imposter syndrome. I honestly didn't know anything about it until you mentioned it, and that's what made me kind of go down this rabbit hole about imposter syndrome. And I would say I have like just a little very of that. Only because, like I said, I got in my way, and honestly, it was like, why are they reaching out to me? Why me? Like, it's a lot of other great people in this city, and they could be reaching out to them and doing this and this and this. But it's like, girl,
why not
they
you?
chose you.
Right? Why not you? And people don't realize how but imposter syndrome is a thing. It's rampant too. Like it's when you have never had that level of encouragement, and I mean, not so much about your aesthetic or whatever, but when you have never had an encouragement to your skill level, or when you thought something was so far out your reach and then you start doing it, you still have that mentality that is outside your reach, even though you're doing it.
And it's so wild because like I'm all about, think big, think colossal, think delusional. And then, girl, you think it crazy and delusional. You hear it delusional, looking delusional.
Right.
So I don't know, but like I said, I'm very cognitive of it now. So I've definitely made sure that I'm not in my way, that I do just move forward so that I will grow. And every time I move forward, more comes to me. Right. So I be thinking, God, I be thinking, Jesus.
And you have to believe in yourself. It's and you got to take chances. You got to, like shit, because if you don't, I think everything is 50-50. We always think, oh, but what if I don't? What if we're not good at it? What if you are? It's literally a 50% chance of failure and success. It literally is. So why do we focus on the failure part?
Right.
Why? Because we program. It's another conditioning. It's another something of conditioning.
Yeah.
And you got to reprogram yourself. Because shit, you might do great at it. And if you don't do great at it, if you do fail, failure is nothing but learning. It is nothing but an opportunity to learn. Most of the shit that I did not succeed at, I became better at after I didn't succeed at it. Right. I had to take that L in order to say, oh, well, shit, you don't do it that way. Let me do it another way.
And then when you fail, then you learn, okay, where did I go wrong? Or what could I have done better? And that's how you grow. You keep going. You keep trying. Don't give up.
Same thing with critique.
Stay persistent. Stay consistent.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with critique. Y'all, we be using critique like it's a bad word.
No.
It's not a bad word. It's somebody on the outside going, okay, well, I'm looking at this. These things are the things that I notice. You can improve on those things. Instead, we automatically take it as a negative It's not a negative. When you own a business, somebody's taking the time. Now we ain't talking about the bullshit reviews. Y'all gotta listen. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do a class on reading through reviews, okay? Because the people that's complaining about bullshit, don't listen to them. But if a customer takes the time to leave a review, that person could have just not said anything and then just never did business with you again. A person taking the time to leave a review, you got to be grateful for that, because they're telling you what issue they had, and it might be an issue that you can address.
Right.
Don't think of it negatively. You can actually turn that person around as a customer. But if you get on there cussing them out, dismissing them and all that stuff, sweetheart, no.
Not taking accountability.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's a good thing. But we just got from our production person. It's 8 o'clock. We've been talking shit, and it's the time now.
Wow.
Like we always do.
Has passed.
We missed you, Ashley. I don't know if you watch it, but we miss you. We will see you next week. And we thank you so much, Sierra, for stepping in for Ashley.
I'm so glad to be here. I don't typically like to be in front of the camera. I don't know. Since we started this, y'all, I've always been behind the camera. So this has definitely been something different for me. It's fun. I love Ev. I love Ashley. I cannot replace her whatsoever. So y'all will be having her back here.
But you know what? It's so easy here because we try to. Not try. We're genuine people.
Yeah.
So we genuinely want this show to represent self-help and self-love and self-guidance, so that we're improving on our own lives, so that we can make our lives better and the people around us our lives better, because I truly believe that is something that we're capable of doing. We don't have to just settle for whatever shit life gives us. We can make our lives whatever we want to make them, and that starts from within. So, just continue to watch us. We're going to talk about some real shit every week. Next week, we're going to talk about lies and deceits. And the question that I asked in our group is, what was it? What's the holdback? Well, I forgot. No. What's the word? The word just left me. Omission. Okay. Is it a lie? Is a lie by omission a lie? Is that a lie? Think about that, because that's what we're going to talk about next week. Lies and different types of lies, and how lies affect us in our relationships.
And just know, I said a lie is a lie.
Well, you don't never think it's a good reason to tell a lie?
It's hard for me to lie.
I'm not good at it at all. I ain't gonna
don't ask me no follow-up. I wasn't ready.
I'm not gonna remember that shit. That's why I tell the truth, because I will fuck up.
I'm like, I said that.
No, but listen, I'm real good. Like, I'm a good liar in the moment. Like, when I gotta make up something real quick, but I ain't gonna remember that shit, so I just don't do it.
That's the only thing about me. I'll never remember a lie. I always got a cousin to lie for me. Y'all get you some cousins, they'll lie.
They was calling the job for you.
all of that.
Quitting tobacco, leaving imposter syndrome in 2023 as well, walking in my entrepreneurship role this year, to name a few. Yes, Destiny, those are some good goals.
Yes.
And don't make it a New Year's goal. Make it a new goal, period. And pace yourself in the way you need to pace yourself to achieve them, so you don't set yourself up for failure. Those are good goals, sweetie.
Yeah.
But we gotta go, you guys, because we done ran over the time, and I hate when we have to leave. But Ashley should be back next week, and we're gonna talk about lies and deceit and how they affect our relationships. So you gotta try to do the harmony. Okay. me. Oh, follow us at Puff Mistress and at Puff Mistress on Facebook and Instagram. Also at Let's Talk About It. Puff Mistress Presents Let's Talk About It on Instagram, and Puff Mistress Presents on Facebook.
Yes, join the Facebook group, and so that way you can comment live. We can pop your name and your messages up on the screen, and we can just discuss this thing live. We can talk about lives next week. So come along, join the Facebook group. Also, YouTube, TikTok, all of that jazz. Yes. Be in the know. It's a lot. It's so much coming up for Puff Mistress Presents. Y'all have no idea. I know it's just the first week, but I'm so excited for this year on Puff Mistress, for Ebony, for Antoinette, for myself. And again, we love y'all, and I can't wait to have y'all come back next week.
Yes. So okay. She's gonna try to do the harmony. Hold on, guys. Okay. So we'll see you guys next week at Puff Mistress Presents. Let's talk about it.
Bye.
Bye. We gotta do it again.
Okay, one more time.
One more time. Okay. I forgot about the bye. I got excited. Okay. Week for Puff Mistress Presents. Let's talk.
Oh. Okay, one more time.
Okay. Join us next week for Puff Mistress Presents.
Let's talk about it.
Bye. Bye, y'all.